Hey everybody, it's September 2nd, 2020, and let's take a look at DriveThruRPG and see what they got. They've got a Troll Lords and Fat Dragon game sale going on. Looks like they got some bundles here, you can see, to pick up some of their stuff, so that's cool. The deal of the day is something called Sunspots. It's $2.49 for 110 pages, and this is for 7th edition Call of Cthulhu. That is not my edition, but that's fine. I'm glad that other people were playing and enjoying it. It's just, I just am happy with my older editions. Big surprise. So it's set in New England. Banker hires some investigators to travel to a local mountain resort to rescue his daughter from the unusual churches that have taken over the town. Okay, and looks like it was a Kickstarter and some discussion. 2 5-star and 1 3-star review. So check that out if you want to add something to your Call of Cthulhu game. We got something here for Scion, but let's not look at that. Let's look at Secrets of Hero Questing. I've never played Hero Quest. I've seen it many times and thought about picking up. Actually, it's not Hero Quest, it's Rune Quest. Thought about picking that up, but I just never did. And so here's the cover. This is by Simon Phipp, I guess the name is. And it looks like this is a compendium of consolidated rules for hero questing, how to become a hero, how to run hero quests, assorted hero questing tips, and the word hero quests a lot. So yeah, pretty cool. The preview, you can see here. I like these author comments. That's pretty cool. I like that, a little bit of insight. And he is communicating with the people. And 1 5-star review, not bad. So if you played RuneQuest, let me know if you like it or whatnot, or what your experience was with it. I'd love to know. Pretty much everything that we've seen here before. A couple new things. There's a Mind's Eye Theater, Changeling the Dreaming that's up. And, you know, some things here and there, but we're going to keep going. So there are some new titles. I saw this one and now it's not up there. It's the Modular Wheelchair Mobile Artificer. And this is for 3D, for a 3D printer. So you can see what you get there. And no comments because it's brand new. $5 I guess for the file. And just my little take on the wheelchair situation. I know that it kind of blew up on Twitter before I got off of Twitter because Twitter's an absolute cesspool. I know that people were angry about the wheelchair and, or I don't know if they're angry, whatever. There was some sort of drama. I got no problem with the wheelchair whatsoever. Obviously, magic in a lot of these worlds can fix your legs should something happen to it or let you be able to walk. But maybe that's something that your character doesn't want to have happen to them, is to use magic to fix them. Maybe they believe in some sort of fate, or this was chosen by their deity. I don't have any problem. And if it makes somebody in a wheelchair, actually in a wheelchair, feel better, then more power to them. I got no problem with this, and all that drama is absolute nonsense. So that's my take on the wheelchair situation that happened. I know, I don't know what's going on with it, but who cares? Those people are dumb. I think it's a problem. So they came from Beneath the Seas. Got a couple of releases here. I'm not exactly sure. Let's take a look. Layout templates. These are art packs to use for their StoryPath Nexus community for their thing, which, you know, I'm not a big fan. I'm certain there's some great stuff on some of these fan-made stuff that these games have done to kind of license out their game. I just don't look at them. I want kind of the real stuff from the real people making the game. And because once you start going down that road, I feel like you're just going to keep doing it. And it's great for these new people that want to make role-playing games. You know, more power to them. But, you know, obviously these companies take a big chunk out of, you know, what you make. And like Wizards of the Coast, you know, for D&D stuff. But it's great to get your name out there, get writing, and have some feedback about your stuff. It's just, man, there's so much of it. And I just don't really look at it too much. So, but I'm certain a lot of it's great. So let's look at some newest print. They've got some Dragonlance stuff here. Looks like 2 modules for 2nd edition Dragonlance. Of course, I'm gonna like that. But let's look at some newer stuff. So, Bloat Games, Mr. Eric Bloat and his Bloat Games company has a Survive This Fantasy Game Master Guide. So it looks like they've taken Survive This and moved it over to Fantasy. There's the cover of the Game Master's Guide. And Eric's a great guy. He's got a great channel. So check out his channel too. I will put a link to it, and we have conversed several times on each other's channels, and you can see some of the art there. It's art you're going to know by some of the that might be familiar to a lot of people who've maybe looked at this channel or some of the books that I've talked about. But yeah, 2 ratings already. This was probably a Kickstarter, I'm not sure, and could be very cool. I've never played Survive This, but I'm just very pleased that he's been able to pump out a lot of games. I know that he's, you know, it's obviously been a passion for him, and he's doing it. He's living it. So $10, 198 pages. That's great. This is the core rules here. There's the cover. Those books will look great together, I bet. Let's look and see what size it is. It is a 6x9, so yeah, going with that smaller size. Here's the preview. Of course, it's going to look very much like that Game Master's Guide, I'm certain. But here's the table of contents. As you can see, got a lot of classes. That's cool. It's got a section on proficiencies. Obviously trying to touch on a lot of fantasy stuff. 40-page preview here. So that's pretty cool. You can see a lot of the art and how it's laid out. Single column. And again, a lot more of the information. I'm not exactly sure how it plays. Mending wounds and death. It's got saving throws. This might be like a OSR type clone. But yeah, cool. I'm glad that he's putting out more games. So there, that's that. Survive This Fantasy. It's out and about. All right, let's look at something else. Let's continue to look. Let's go back up here to new titles and let's find something. Let's find something a little bit more abstract. The Warlock Returns. So this is for advanced fighting fantasy role-playing game, of course, and the fighting fantasy game books. Of course, fighting fantasy is what I started with this fantasy journey, going down and learning about games, and it was a huge inspirational thing for me. And I think I talked about that in another video, but you can see here, it's published 4 times a year. There's the cover. Not played this game, but Denizens of the Pit, new monsters, adversary power levels, an adventure, reading materials. Looks like just kind of a good fanzine. And it's got a character sheet from Dice & Logos, a stellar adventure setting, and a comic strip. So 40 pages, $4.50. Warlock Returns, issue number 1. Very cool. I like that art. I thought it looked cool. Let's see what else we got. Fairhaven and Beyond. It's $10 roughly for 96 pages. Let's take a look at the cover. Decent. This is going to be for 5th edition. It uses the 5e OGL. Let's take a look inside and we'll talk about it. We've got like a witch type character and how it's laid out. Very bold words there. Let's take a look at that art. All right. That's like a hag and stuff. Okay. And let's see what we got. The village of Fairhaven is beset on all sides by corrupt druids, gorgons, ogres, undead, and more. Can your party rise to the occasion and be the heroes Fairhaven needs? So it's an adventure for levels 1 through 8. Wow. These adventures originally appeared as Patreon exclusives and are being released publicly for the first time thanks to the graciousness and generosity of my supporters. Coming soon to POD. So I guess here's some more stuff here. And yeah, so a bunch of adventures for, let's see if it's got any comments or anything. More stuff that they've made, so definitely letting people know about the other products they have, and that's a good thing. So yeah, something for 5th edition, so gotta always touch on that a little bit, and because I know there's a lot of people playing it. Alright, now this cover, I will say, got me, because I think that looks cool. I am. And it says, want to be a superhero, maybe a vigilante who runs down superheroes. Maybe your world is dark and twisted and you were born different. And you have had to hide your entire life. Welcome to the plain and simple setting of I Am. So this guy says, seems interesting, but by Crom, that font is challenging to read. So let's look again at the cover. Superhero games, I've never really gotten into them. I've played them a couple times. Yeah, that font is a little different, that's for sure. And I could see where people would have a problem with it. It doesn't really tell you much about it here. I wish it would. It really is. Just looked at the preview to get a feel for the game and quickly decided it was too much effort on the eyes to keep reading. So they may want to think about changing that font. $5, 35 pages. But yeah, just superhero games have just never really caught me. I've played a couple and I enjoyed them, but it never went further than that. But if you like superhero games, and of course me, I'm going to play an old one if I do. If there's an older, an old school superhero game that you recommend, let me know which one you think would be good for me to play. I know there's a DC one and an old Marvel one, and because I'd like to get one of the old ones, the ones that are kind of acclaimed, obviously, for superhero games. So there it is. Can't really see it too good, but I got my Lost in the Fantasy World book right here. I'm very happy about that. Very good looking. Of course, I did a video about that. If you want to check that out, highly recommend it for young players to get into role-playing games. So there it is. Just a day late. I had a little bit busy yesterday. Couldn't get the video in, but I will, of course, have all the links down in the description if you want to check these out. It'll send you right over to DriveThruRPG. And I am an affiliate, so if you click on it and buy something, I do get a little percentage of that. Of course, that helps me take a look at other games, and I'll have some more videos up soon, some of my RPG overviews. But thanks for watching, and I look forward to making the next video, and we'll see what they've got next week. Thanks.